Hello and welcome to Rauta's Underground True episode. Once again, 3 different artists from the underground and 3 different styles. I am Jerry and let's do it in worst to best order according to my own opinion. Because of these are all very different styles, can't really compare to one another. We could say, because this is kind of a Nordvis Production special, I got these 3 albums from the very same label, the very same day, and I decided to lump it up. But make no mistake, even though the label is the same, these styles are vastly different. There's 1 black metal one and 2 what I guess could be called folk music, which then again fits the label but might not fit your taste of music, given that these styles are vastly different. Alright, since this is my order, don't really have to agree. This is Linnea Hjertén with systrar album. Pronounce my pronunciation, I'm doing just my best, not sounding too American, too Finnish here. This is female music in the sense that they're female vocals in various ways, and kind of a folky. And now I'm dropping the bomb, which I really didn't figure out when I was listening to this and figuring out what this comes to my mind. I guess this is underground version of Enya. Lots of mms, lots of e's, lots of us, and so forth. The point here is she has a nice voice, but apparently she's not too happy with words. No, I'm roasting her a bit, but there are lots of bands with lots of different words. Whether we're talking about hip-hop music or rap music, whether we're talking about metal, pop, or whatever, we all know that there are plenty of ways to, inspire yourself, to give a little bit of different ways to express yourself. And some people rather go with words like, oh my goodness, my boyfriend just left me, or my husband went to work and left me home with the kids. Or maybe it's just about let's sing about Satan and all. Be it raspy, growly, whatever vocals, and then there's something like yeah, oh, and then you have some background music. Now I'm making this point because I felt a little bit frustrated with the music. The vocals are pretty, the background music is nice, ambient, not much happening. But in the end, when I was finished with the album, I was like, okay, so this basically has 3 themes, and they are like and you get it. Now, this might seem like I'm angry simplifying this. I'm a little bit, but then again, this what this music is all about. So it's like ambient and humming, a lot of humming with different vowels, and that's pretty much of it. Hard to be angry at it, but it can be easily quite frustrating because it's almost like, okay, goddamn, start the album, and now it's finished by the time you hear the E and you get it. So, promising one, but nothing really much happening. I find more solace, more soothing moments with just dark ambient, which is like, and you get it. Alright, the next in question is Bards of Skaði, Glysisvallur. Now we're entering some kind of a folk music meeting soundtrack. Well, that's the feeling I'm getting from this, be it on the cover or be it the description of the music, because much like that Linnea Hjertén album, this is like almost like a soundtrack. Now, if I was watching a Viking movie or historical documentary or stuff like that, I'm like, yes, this could be the soundtrack. These are 2 guys from Sweden, if I remember correctly, playing traditional instruments and trying to look as non-metallic as possible. That is purely intentional, not international. And then you have all these fancy notes and stuff. Maybe this is the karaoke version for folk musicians and that. Thing here is, these guys do the stuff rather beautiful ways, but then again, you already have to be in your LARPing or other role-playing ventures or that kind of a soundtrack state in your head in order to enjoy it. Much like the previous album, this is more like falling to, into the background. So there's nothing like I dislike on this album. I just wish a little bit more is happening. It's almost like I'm, watching this Viking series, which started nicely, but ended up a little bit more boring ways. Or Witcher series, same words for that. Or some of those similar historical fiction fantasy shows. And you're like, yeah, this could totally be the backdrop music, the background music. I mean, the thing here is you kind of like it, but then you're like, okay, with this music I also need the moving pictures. I need some kind of action, not just my mind picturing some kind of agricultural acts here. And while that being said, I guess this is something that is kind of a fun to play, and it can really make your mind wander to places. Okay, I'm now thinking 800 century, whatever, 8th century of Viking world and all that stuff, you know, the landscape, rural people, no machines, just, you know, capturing the moment. Then you get, okay, I also need a pint of beer or 10. I don't know, I kind of have to say it's kind of a nice, kind of a beautiful, and a kind of a soothing. But then again, I need more aggression. I need something more, and this is not cutting it. But there's a lot of potential if you want to let your mind go somewhere else than just your typical metal music, rock, I don't know, even pop, whatever. These two albums might be the thing. But then again, if you really need aggressive music or dark music or something evil and sinister, neither of these are gonna cut it. But what will be the one is Noitila. This would somehow roughly translate to place where witches live. Like, not witchery, not exactly that, but like a witch house, something like that. And Langennut means, technically speaking, like fallen, not like you're falling from a place, literally, but like fallen from grace, or I don't know, maybe you got seduced by a succubus, and then you're fallen in love with the goddamn demon or whatever. Two people doing black metal the rather grim way. This is taking me back to Norway mentally, 1990s. I'm thinking bands like Gorgoroth, Darkthrone, Tolke, roughly that area. Not maybe as catchy as, you know, and brutal and raw as Gorgoroth and Darkthrone in their prime, but still having the kind of a 1990s vibe. And now you toss a little bit more organic feel to it, more nature and all, and you're roughly somewhere where this band would be, which is then again something that is totally suitable for Nordvis. I mean, it's a label that has always been around more into the rather earthly things related to nature, be it about folk music, be it about folk, black, or kind of a nature-infused music related to extreme metal. This is kind of like that, but way more into, you know, the kind of a traditional black metal from the 90s. I think this is actually pretty good of an album, only like a final moment unfinished, in the sense like this could be even more punchy. Maybe it's partially about the songs, maybe it's partially about the production. I don't know. Something really, really minor is missing in my opinion, but still a good album. So this is definitely the best of the pile and totally different from these two previous ones. But like I said, there are music for all kinds of needs, not all kinds, but various kinds. So two folkier ones, or more like ambient humming kind of music. Then you have the traditional folky stuff, and then you have black metal of the grim metal style. If I got you interested, the links are provided in the description box. And because these are all Nordvis, as you can see, Nordvis releases here, you can find necessary information on the label side as well. Labeled from Sweden, focusing on interesting music. And this is pretty much I can tell you about it. Now, the next step is for you to check it out and listen to the music here in hand. And let's hope that you get to like it. At least it's something different than your usual metal dose. Now off you go, and if you have questions, let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Off you go, bye bye.